Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at some leaked stuff coming to Prodigy, so let's get into the video. Alright, so to start off, we just got a couple of things to look at with the difficulties. So this is what it's going to look like when you're inside of it. I've already shown this, but a few things did get updated. So it did say BTN unlock before, now it says unlock. And then the requirements have finally been added. So you are going to have 35 pets rescued, and you're going to have 15 pets at a second evolution or higher if you want to play hard mode. So at the moment, I don't think that you are going to be able to get into hard mode. I can try something actually real quick. So if we press go to hard mode here, okay, actually yes, something does happen. So here we go. This is what it's going to look like if you press go to hard mode. So let's go to Firefly Forest and see what happens. So this is interesting. Okay, so I do not really know what happened. And now that I have selected hard mode, it actually says that I am on hard mode. So if I were to go to do that, it just sends you to hard mode again. So this is really interesting. So we're sort of in hard mode. It sort of has been added into the game. You can't travel here yet. Try reaching level 0 first. So yeah, we're on level 106. So this area sort of hasn't been added. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But while we are on the topic of hard mode, I will go over some new leaks that we have for it. So this is part of the data. So this says button unlocked. So this is what we saw was added. And then we have the battle rules. You have to have blank pets at level blank or higher. And then you have to have blank pets rescued. So then if we go down a little bit, we can see that there is all of this. So it says Dialogue, Puppet Master, Campaign, Replay, Intro 1. Surprise, I've traveled from the past to celebrate my victory with myself. So the Puppet Master can time travel, apparently. That is some new lore that is going to be added within the difficulties update. So then it says Dialogue, Puppet Master, Campaign, Replay, Intro 2. Hold on. Something's not right. Where's all of the shadow magic and darkness? I traveled all this way only to find out I lost. This is not the party I was looking forward to. I know how to fix this mess. I will use my time twister to go back in time and mess things up even more. So what I believe this time twister that they're talking about, I think that it's supposed to be this. I'll get into why I believe that in a second, but I believe it's supposed to be this hourglass. So then it says, this time my shadow magic will be more powerful than before, and the enemies will be much harder to stop. That's why it's going to be called hard mode or expert mode. So then we have Dialogue, New Campaign, Replay, Intro 1, no charge. And it will say, oh no, the Puppet Master is going to mess up the past. And if you do have a charge, it will say, oh no, your charge levels got pulled into the portal, and now the Puppet Master is going to mess up the past. And then, despite if you have a charge level or not, it'll say, but look, he dropped his time twister. You can use it to go back in time and stop him. So the reason I think the time twister is that hourglass is because I think this is going to be a key item, like the amulet that we got that lets us go into the academy. We did get one of those key items for an hourglass, and it seems like the time twister is probably going to be a key item, which would lead me to believe that this is going to be the hourglass. So then it says, luckily all your pets and gear will come with you, but you'll need a large collection to get through the Puppet Master's magic. So that's basically saying the qualifications that you need to meet in order to battle or to go into hard mode. Now it says, now go quickly, I'm sure my past self will help you out when you arrive. So unfortunately, Newt is going to be in the past version. And then here we have a few other things. It says hard mode unlocked, hard mode is unlocked, expert mode is unlocked, and then experience this mode now if you are going to that mode. And then you can also go back to a different mode. And then we also have some more Puppet Master campaign stuff here. It says, such a tight fit, maybe I should have made this portal bigger. And then it says, zone is locked, Gerald quest pop-up title, Gerald is ready. So this will be like if you're going to be battling Gerald again. And it says, you completed the battle rules for Gerald, let's help him shake off the shadow spell. So I believe this is probably meaning that you have to complete certain amount of battles or something before you can battle Gerald, which would make sense. And then it says, come back soon, when Blink is ready, we'll let you know to come back. So I assume that's probably like when Shiverchill Mountain, when Shipwreck Shore is ready, we'll let you know, and then you can come back and visit. And then you can go back to normal mode once you have beaten the Gerald boss in hard mode. So yeah, that is extremely interesting. We do have a few assets that are sort of related to hard mode that we're going to go ahead and look at. So here is the first one. This is called Wizard Watch Charge Levels 200. So this would basically be telling you that you can get to level 200. I believe that this is part of hard mode or expert mode, because in expert mode you are going to be able to go up to level 200. So I think that this is going to be for expert mode. And then a few other assets that we got. So this one is called Spine Hard Mode Map Smoke. So this would be, I assume here, it's of course not here right now. So obviously this isn't 100% up. So I assume this will probably get added soon. Now there's also a spine for Gerald. This is called Spine NPC Gerald. It was just added. I don't know why it hasn't been in the game. It doesn't look like the updated Gerald, but I could just be thinking of it wrong. But yeah, this was added. And then this has sort of been in the game. This is called HDR Generic. So we've seen something sort of like this. We haven't seen this background before. We've seen like Shipwreck Shore, Bonfire Spire backgrounds. We haven't seen this specific one before. And I think it looks really cool with the fog in the background. I think that the Puppet Master looks really high quality in this. But yeah, just was going to point this out. And then we also got some pretty cool armor. Some of the armor I'm not 100% sure on what piece or what armor goes together, like what hat goes with what outfit. So this of course is the first hat. It looks super cool. And then this is what it's going to look like when you're wearing it. We also have what it's going to look like when it's just the icon. So this is what it's going to look like with the icon, pretty much the exact same thing. And then we also have an outfit which I don't really think is going to be for it, but it doesn't really look like it's going to fit into the other other hats that we have, or other outfit combos. So these boots definitely go with the hat. This is what they look like. And then here is what they're going to look like when you're wearing them. And then we have a wand that could go with it. It could go with a different armor set. It could go with the outfit if they're not part of this like water looking hat set. So this is what the wand looks like when you're wearing it. And then the icon looks very similar. This is what it looks like. And then we also have a relic. I assume this will go with the hat that I showed. This looks super cool. You can see there's like a moon in it, and then the rest of it looks pretty cool. We also have some shoes. These look like they're going to be Crocs. I guess they would be boots, not shoes. And then here is what they would look like when you're wearing them. And then here is a leaked relic. I don't really know which set this is going to go with, but here is something that is extremely interesting. It looks like we are going to be getting the panda set to come back into the game, because we also got some boots that are going to be coming with it that are panda themed, and then here is what you wearing them would look like. And then we also have an extremely cool relic. This is what it looks like. I think it looks so good. And then we also have some pet gear. I don't really know what this is. It doesn't look very good. Then we have this one, which is just a shell. We seem to get a lot of shell pet gear, it feels like. And then this is a butterfly one. I think that these might be part of the limited time offers that Prodigy does in that item shop. We'll get to that shop in a second because there's something new in it. But we also have this relic, which looks kind of weird. And then we have this crab claw and this seahorse. So, as I was saying, there is something new in this shop. I guess it's the pet center. I can never remember what it's called. But we have a new exclusive offer, and this is for the cake set. So they added most of the cake set back, or like half of it. They added the cake topper back, the cake attire, and then you can get the cake relic, which is new. It does frozen treats, which is a healing spell. I don't really know much about it. Actually, I think it's a multi that does 40% health. Well, now I'm kind of just stuck here. Oh, well, actually, I can leave. So, we're just going to go to Lamplight Town. But, yeah, that is going to go ahead and end up the video. I think that this hard mode is getting extremely interesting with the time traveling. That could, mean that there's multiple Puppet Masters in a way, and that could sort of explain how the Puppet Master returned. But I'm not going to go too much into that. But yeah, that is going to go ahead and end up the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and bye.